Just had another. Oh yeah. So the girl at McDonald's said she liked my T-shirt. The Star Wars T-shirts are epic. I wanted one for a really long time. They're only $30 on Amazon. Don't even try Walmart. That's what I used to do. Try Walmart. Amazon's got all different sizes. I got a new package today from Mike Robertson in Kamloops, BC. Gun accessory. One of these boar snakes. Oh, I said it a little bit too quick. One of these boar snakes. He's got a really good deal on them, this guy. He sells them on Gun Post. It's his own company, I think. Bubba's Boar Snakes. Kamloops, British Columbia. I got the 32 cal right now because at the time when I ordered it, I only had a 32 cal revolver. I just bought my 45 410. But at the time, it was only 10 bucks. These are like 25, 30 bucks on Amazon. And there's nothing that cleans your gun barrel and all that better than these boar snakes. People have seen them. Oh, look at this, eh? It's even got bristles in the boar snake, and then you can run it right through your barrel. And they got all different sizes to them. There's videos on YouTube with them. It's got a really nice weighted thing here. You want to see it in action? I don't want to pull out my revolver, my 32 revolver. But what about my new 45 410? I got it in its case. Very proud of it. Was very expensive. I have some extra rounds in there, 410. 1 slug, 2 buckshots. Here's my 45 410. So what's a 45 410? Well, it's either a 45 caliber with a bullet or it's a 410, all in one gun. Single action. The hammer is much like one of those, sort of like a 1911 or something like that, but it's not. It's a little bit different. You got this mechanism, release latch mechanism there that will let you get into the chamber, the barrel and everything. It's got this 410 45 barrel, and I can put all different barrels in there. I can put 12 gauge, 22 caliber, all different ones. These have been around since I was a kid. When I was born here in Canada and I started being a celebrity and all that with the agencies, the government told me I was going to find it. When I got really big and famous, I was going to get one of these. So I got one of these. It's a 410. But you can put 45s in there too. So he sells the boar snakes. They sell them like even 45, 410 or whatever, 410, all different, every single caliber and gauge. But basically, like when you put your gun oil in it and yada yada, you can run it through the barrel. Or actually, I think you run it through the barrel this way. You take your weighted thing. You can run it through the barrel. I'm not going to run it through the barrel, but you just run it through the barrel out the front like this, and then you can just pull it right through and have it go all the way through the barrel like that, right? And clean it all the way through the barrel, where it's really hard to do it in other ways. I mean, I could take this wooden rod and try to add some, but no, it's a wooden rod. It's not, no. But the boar snake, yeah, these boar snakes are so wonderful. So I bought one, 10 bucks, and they're 30 bucks other places. These are very rare in Canada. It was very expensive. You don't have to worry. It's single action. That means it won't fire unless I pull back this hammer. Very rare. Cost over $600 just for a single action 410. And they're very rare. I'm like one of the only people in all of Canada with them. Me and my other person, my art paler. There's nobody else, and I don't think anybody else really can afford them other than the most higher ups. But I got one. But that's for self-defense in my house. I keep it here. Well, I keep it with me inside wherever I'm going to live. Where I'm living now, I rent, and then eventually, when I buy a house, I'll still have this 410. Even if I have a $300,000-$400,000 mansion or house, this 410 will be with me to help me protect my house, because it's a $400,000 house that I'll have on my ODSP, and it's not anything to do with anybody. It's my house. I just so happen to be on ODSP. If you didn't know, you can have a house on ODSP if you're sort of like that, and it gets exempted. You can pay the mortgage, but you got to save the money for the down payment. You got to save your money every month. And it's really, really, really hard to do. It's really hard to get even to the point I'm at now, where I rent my own apartment. I have like gaming laptops, because I save, and I believe it or not, I really budget my food and all that. But you can do it too. And believe it or not, it took me 2 years on ODSP to get to this point now. And don't get me wrong, I love to go to McDonald's and Harvey's and all these other places. And for the longest time, I did a lot of groceries, but then it became the time I had to get my 2 firearms, because now I'm starting to like move up in the rankings, where I'm generally at my apartment all the time with my expensive equipment. I'm one of the only people in the world. Well, I'm one of these producers. I'm not making millions, but making enough to where I do qualify and classify to have those 2. And maybe you could one day too. It took me 30 years. I remember when I was a kid, I would go to Canadian Tire. We have a lot of PALers, but some people don't need a firearm. If you want to learn, you should learn, read all the books and safety, and maybe play some of the games or what have you, like the hunting game. Even Red Dead Redemption's great. But I learned the real single action revolvers way before Red Dead Redemption. And for some people, it's a little too late for them. Like, I'm still 28 years old. I'm just turning 30, so the government felt it's appropriate, because I've never gotten in trouble to say that I shouldn't be able to own one. But other people are like 35, 40, and they're constantly in trouble, and they have mental health issues to the point where they can't own a firearm like I do. And they never will here in Canada or anywhere else, because they're not capable of it, which isn't a bad thing, because life is not all about firearms. Firearms are just part of sort of security. But other than that, I try not to think of the guns. The guns, they'll give you a headache if you always think about them. It's really just in the behind the scenes. My friend Russell, when you first buy them and get used to them and all that, it's one thing. My friend Russell used to keep his shotgun in the closet, and it never left the closet, and their house has never been better. He has his 45 that he carries or whatever, just in case somebody like, because I got stabbed, and I had my tooth because people were just jealous of my money. Or I seen one person get shot and killed in Brampton because they were wearing a necklace similar to this one. I don't think it was as big as mine. Mine is like no, it's not. I've seen there's bigger. Okay, the Cuban link silver 925 wasn't as big as mine, and he got shot and killed for it. And in Canada, when I was born and everything, if you wanted to wear a nice necklace, I know it's a lot of silver, but it was a thing like, yeah, you can obtain it. No, even though I'm a gun owner, they wanted to start a fight. It might be on me, but I'm not even thinking about it all the way. Like, I'm thinking about it to make sure it's safe, but that's not my main goal. I'm not at the target range. I didn't even have a gun on me at that time, but I went to this cannabis shop, and then I was walking to this restaurant, and all I could think was I'm going to have a nice cold beer and maybe some food. And then next thing you know, I turned around and shots were ringing out with some separate parties, separate people. And then a bullet whizzed by me, and I was like, whoa. And then there was the guy on the ground, and da-da-da-da-da. It's happened a couple times. You got to watch it. But generally, I don't go outside. But somebody has even broken into my apartment and tried to rob me for my laptop. They stabbed me in my hand, ripped my laptop out of my hand. It was my laptop. I bought it. And this girl freaking ripped my backpack, ripped the laptop, stabbed me. So nowadays, I mean, if you rip my backpack and you stab me, listen, I'm not gonna shoot if you steal my laptop. But if you stab me or whatever, because man, that stab hurt. Okay? I got stabbed right in the hand. It was bleeding everywhere. Okay, if they stab, I'm gonna pull back and cock it and blast, all right? Many times. And under law, if you have a knife and you actually stab me to the bloodshed, okay, then I have the legal right to shoot, okay? I've already beaten one self-defense case before. Actually, two. I have a justified homicide under my belt. Sort of like Gucci Mane LaFleur. Somebody ran into his house, pistol whipped him with the gun. He was just sitting there like doing vocal recordings on a microphone and stuff. And this guy runs in and starts pistol whipping him. And he's getting beat. Boom, boom, boom. And what's he supposed to do? He has to pull his legal gun and shoot. He's going to die. Similar type thing happens to me. It happened to me. It doesn't happen to me anymore. Not now that I have not with the 410. Okay, this one's a 32. That's the 410. But the 32 has 6 shots. And I always wanted a 6-shot revolver. That was what I said. I was like, it's big money. I'm going to put up my money. Thank God that Gunpost, I will commend everybody on Gunpost. The majority, like the whole community pretty much, it's a very reliable community. And when I started to see that, I felt right at home. Because I was used to getting scammed, shammed, and all that, and yada, yada. But then when I go on to Gunpost, I was seeing, like, if you e-transfer somebody on there,